Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on SABC3, and it's a Friday of note. Hope you're going to be enjoying it with us. Hope you're enjoying it with us already. Now, as I've mentioned a little bit earlier, on Sunday, the 19th of May, it is World Baking Day, and throughout the month of May, we have been encouraging you to bake brave with Stork by logging on to the World Baking Day website, which is worldbakingday.com. Choose a recipe and start baking. But to get you in the mood this morning, we have set up a challenge for 3 of the World Baking Day ambassadors. Let's meet them first before I tell you any more. First up, we have Hestelle Pistorius. Hestelle, how are you doing this morning?
Good, and you?
Cool, man. Very nice to have you back. How are you feeling about this morning?
Firstly, I don't know what I got myself into when I received this recipe, but I'm very excited.
Because it is a challenge.
Yeah.
It is a challenge. All right, let's move on to meet contestant number 2, Candice Bresler. Candice, how are you feeling this morning?
Bit petrified.
Bit petrified.
Not so much bake brave as bake ridiculous.
Bake ridiculous. You've seen the cake up front, eh?
We have.
All right, so we're gonna see if we're gonna manage it. You've got, I'll tell you, 2 hours to create this recipe. I'll tell you just what it is now. And finally, we have Angie Boyd. Angie, ooh, how's the nerves feeling?
Terrified.
You can see it's terrified this morning. But of course, these 3 are going to be baking brave this morning. But the person to be judging at the end of the day is none other than Susan Stringer. She is the MD for Unilever Spreads and Dressing. Susan, this is going to be a very interesting day, do you think?
It is. I'm very glad I'm on the side of the competition, because I think it's the easy one, the eating and the looking, and not the baking.
That's
they
it.
really are going to be baking brave.
That's it. So this is the cake. Let's tell the people a bit about the cake this morning. This cake actually belongs to Buddy Velastra. He is the one and only cake boss, and he put it on the World Baking Day website for the rest of the world to enjoy and to try and bake. It is ranked as the most difficult recipe. So, ladies, you are in for a real treat. So what we've done is we've set up a whole baking brave little studio, cooking studio here from the guys of Nomadic Tents. They have set it up, and just to help our contestants out a little bit, we've gave them 3 chef students, assistants from the Capsicum Culinary Studio, so that they can boss them around a little bit, just make things a little bit
That's
easier.
what anyone needs, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Someone to boss.
Just someone to boss around, because I think you're going to need help if you want to make this creation.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing. We have actually Buddy on the line this morning. Buddy, good morning. What advice can you give to our brave ladies in terms of baking your cake?
Awesome. I'm very excited that people are, trying to recreate what I do, and I'm inspiring them to bake. I would tell them, do not burn the cream puffs, and make sure you put enough of the liquor inside.
So I think one of the best advice there, don't burn the cream puffs, you just said. So I think, Susan, are we going to count them in? Are we going to set this off?
Shall we do that?
All right.
Okay.
Time is going to start now. They have 2 hours to complete this cream puff cake of Buddies. Meanwhile, you can log on to worldbakingday.com, choose a recipe for yourself, and enter our competition where you can win yourself a Bosch stand mixer. That in details will come to you a little bit later. But ladies, let's start the clock. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and off you go. And there we go, jumping, there we go. So we're going to be following throughout the course of this morning. You're going to stay tuned to see if they're actually going to manage to create this awesome cream puff cake of Buddy, the cake boss. Right now, Susan, I think you and I can go sit and chill a little bit and watch these guys. That's it.
Just float. We're doing the brave thing, hey?
We're doing the brave thing, exactly. Right now, though, guys, it's back to you in studio, and we're meeting some very heroic dogs.
The 19th of May is World Baking Day. Conquer a cake you've never baked before. Choose your challenge and bake brave.
We're checking in with our World Baking Day ambassadors. You can hear the machines whizzing. Of course, what they are doing, they are creating one of Buddy Velastra's, the ultimate cake boss's cakes, a cream puff cake, which is ranked one of the most difficult recipes on the World Baking Day website. Of course, all of this to get you in the mood to bake on the 19th of May. Bake brave, that is. So we have Buddy on the line. Before I chat to Hestelle quickly, Buddy, they're telling me that they are busy with the Italian sponge part cake. So what is your advice for creating the sponge part? Because it's really a fancy affair, I understand.
Don't over whip your egg whites when you fold them in, and you sift your flour beforehand.
There we have it. Some good advice. Hestelle, I want to check in with you. You look very, very busy on this side. You are known as the queen of cakes. What is your advice, or what do you think is the most important thing to remember when actually making the Italian sponge part cake?
I think just in terms of Your oil, don't add it like while you mix it. You must add it when you do your cake, your flour and your egg whites in your glass bowl. And don't rush.
And don't rush. Take
Even
your
though
time.
we should.
Even though you have just 2 hours to complete this recipe, I want to step over here to Angie, because Angie actually got a chance to meet Buddy Valastro himself. Angie, so tell me about your experience when you met Buddy. What was it for? What was the experience like?
It was last year at the Good Food and Wine Show. There was a cake competition, so we were entered. Won, actually. He's a lovely man, very, very gentle and sweet, nothing at all like what he is on TV.
Yeah, he's very intense on TV.
Yes, yes.
All right, great. Well, I don't want to keep much more of your time. You're looking good. You're looking good. How are you going? All right.
Managing, yes, it's a little bit hectic, but getting there.
All right,
Thanks.
no, we'll leave you to it. So, Susan, I heard you're also going to be baking Brave on Sunday.
I am indeed.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I'm baking a chocolate peanut butter cake or something like that, number 78 on the list. So I've been very brave. I think I should be more down around 50.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited, and the children are very excited to eat it afterwards.
What's your baking experience?
No, I used to bake a lot before I got so busy and career and children, whatever. So I used to love baking and do all sorts of things. So I've been baking since I was little.
Yes.
But this has reignited, this whole competition has reignited the passion and the fun, and it's amazing to watch these ladies.
It's exciting.
They're so skilled, hey?
It's exciting.
It's incredibly exciting.
Of course, Susan Stringer, she's the marketing director for Unilever Spreads and Dressings. She is going to be judging who's going to step away this morning as the ultimate Bake Brave champion. Now, I mentioned earlier, you are hearing these machines whizzing. We have the beautiful Bosch stand mixers right here. You could win one of them. We have 3 to give away. What you need to do is log on to worldbakingday.com, choose yourself a recipe, and then bake Brave with Stork on Sunday. Take a picture of your creation and then send your picture via email to us to baking@expressoshow.com, along with a little write-up as to what your experiences were in creating that beautiful cake of yours, and you could walk away with this beautiful Bosch stand mixer. So log on to worldbakingday.com and choose your recipe. Choose wisely and then bake brave on Sunday. We're going to check in with these ladies a little bit later on. Right now, though, of course, exciting times was happening there up at the Swartkops Air Force Base near Pretoria with a Mango Air Show. Lots of air acrobatics. There was also a Mango Career Day and a very interesting ballet performance. Let's go find out what that was about.
The 19th of May is World Baking Day. Conquer a cake you've never baked before. Choose your challenge and bake brave.
Thanks, guys. Nintendo, come make a turn this side if you love baking. Come check what's happening. But if you have just tuned in, this is what's happening. We have 3 World Baking Day ambassadors baking brave this morning. We have set up this amazing baking arena here this morning. We phoned up our guys from Nomadic Tents. They hooked us up, and we gave each of the ambassadors a Capsicum Culinary Studio chef student to boss around a little bit to help them make a very, very intense recipe. This is a recipe of Buddy Valastro. He is the ultimate cake boss. It is the most difficult recipe on the World Baking Day website, so it's quite a challenge. They have 2 hours to do that, and all of this to get you in the mood to bake brave with Stork on Sunday, the 19th of May. But before we chat to the contestants, hearing what they find out or how they are actually going, we have the one and only Buddy Valastro on the line. Buddy, this morning we've spoken to you throughout the show. Why did you decide to put specifically this recipe out to the bakers around the world? Because it's really a love affair of yours.
Well, at the end of the day, I picked this cake because it was my father's invention, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm excited that, you know, he wanted to do it.
All right. So, Hestelle, there we have it. It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. So I just want to find out exactly how you are going. Is your sponge in the oven already?
Yes, it's in the oven, so hopefully we'll keep an eye on that. Busy with the custard at the moment, taking it step by step, and what can we say?
You seem very calm, very collected. Do you think Buddy would be proud?
I hope so.
I'm sure. All right, let's step over. Our next contestant here is Candice. Candice, man, it looks like it's empty. What's going on here?
Sponge cakes in the oven, custard almost done. Just waiting for that to be done so we can start on the choux pastry buns.
Sounds fantastic.
So,
what are you most nervous about this recipe?
honestly, the assembly.
The assembly.
It's got about 6 or 7 layers, so the assembly, just getting everything looking pretty afterwards is...
All right, it is a beautiful cake. I know you're going to pull it off. You are a professional.
No. No.
No. All right. And then lastly, Angie Boyd stirring happily away. Angie, what is happening here?
I'm making the choux pastry.
Just turn around this way. That's not your back to camera. So what is your next step? You're busy making the choux pastry.
Yeah, we need to let this come to the boil. As soon as it's boiling, we add the flour and then let it cool.
All right. And how are you feeling at this point?
Fine. A little tight on space, but otherwise we're good.
All right. Sponge cake in the oven, everything
Sponge
ready?
cake's in the oven, custard is made. Yes.
Ah, that's fantastic. Exciting stuff. Well, I won't take up too much of your time now. The ladies are using this beautiful Bosch stand mixer, so you can walk away with one of them. We have 3 to give away. All you need to do is log on to worldbakingday.com, choose yourself a recipe, and then bake brave with Stork on Sunday. Take a picture of your creation and then email that to us to baking@expressoshow.com, and you could walk away. This also included a little bit of a write-up as to what your experiences were in terms of creating that beautiful creation of yours, and you could walk away with one of these beautiful stand mixers. Easy as that. So bake brave this Sunday, the 19th of May. We want to hear all about it. We'll check up on these ladies in a little while. Back to you guys in studio.
The 19th of May is World Baking Day. Conquer a cake you've never baked before. Choose your challenge and bake brave.
Man, it is intense. I can see the little sweat beads forming on the foreheads of our little baking ambassadors here. It's fantastic. But just if you have just tuned in, this is what is happening. We have 3 World Baking Day ambassadors here. This is all to get you in the mood for World Baking Day on Sunday, the 19th of May. They are attempting to create Buddy Belastro's cream puff cake, which is one of the most difficult recipes on the World Baking Day website. So we'll tell you about an awesome competition we have in just a minute. But first up, we have Buddy on the line. Buddy, I'm told that the ladies here are busy with the cream puffs, and they are notoriously tricky. What is your tips to really keep them crispy and make sure that they actually rise?
Well, just, when you're adding the eggs, add the eggs very slowly after you cook it. And, you got to bake them at a hot oven, probably 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what it is Celsius, but just don't overbake them.
All right, great stuff. Thanks, Buddy. Let's chat to Candice here for a second. Candice, I mean, you're busy with the cream puffs right now. It must be a breeze for you, because the recipe that you made for World Baking Day is milk tart profiteroles.
Yeah.
And?
In theory, yes, but they are really temperamental. So I'm comfortable with my recipe, but Buddy's, it's got a different method. It's got different ingredients, different measurements. So I'm still being very, very cautious.
All right, well, you're looking good. How are you doing overall?
Good. Puff pastry in the oven, cake's done, custard done.
Yes.
So yeah.
All right, great stuff. Let's head over here to Hestelle quickly. Hestelle, how are you going on this side?
Good. Got everything done. Custard's ready. Sponge cake's done. Busy with the cream puffs, so
great. Now, the theme, of course, for World Baking Day this year is baking brave. Now, would you say that you are actually baking brave today?
Today, definitely yes.
This is crazy. What is the most challenging part so far?
I would say I think the cream puffs are going to be a first for me.
All right.
So we'll see how that goes.
All right, well, let's find out from Angie up front here how her cream puffs are doing. Angie, step over here for a second, if you can. Okay. What are you busy with at the moment?
I'm just melting the chocolate at the moment.
Melting the chocolate.
Yeah.
So how's the cream puffs been going for you?
Fine, they're in the oven at the moment.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see how they turn out.
All right. And challenging part up until this point?
Actually, all okay. Just recipes that I'm not familiar with, but we'll see how they turn out. It'll be once we slice, then we'll see.
Well, things are looking good. Things are smelling great in here as well. Susan, so what do you think so far? What's in terms of your judging eye, what do you see?
My judging eye, my vast experience of judging. Well, it's nice to see cakes now. So
yes.
For the last hour, there's been lots of baking and activity, and now
yes.
It's starting to all come together. We're starting to see all the different parts that are going to make it up. So it's starting to get exciting.
That's it. Well, they don't have too long left.
No.
They have just under an hour left. Ladies, did you hear that? Just under an hour left.
And they're going to assemble this incredible cake.
Cream puff cake. That is a challenge. You know what? I can tell you, if they pull it off, at the end, we're going to have a lot of cake going around at the end of the show. Come join us. Come have some cake this morning. I told you about a competition a little bit earlier on. We're giving away one of 3 Bosch stand mixers. We have 3 of them to give away. All you need to do is get in the baking spirit, log on to worldbakingday.com, choose your recipe, and bake brave with Stork on Sunday. Take a picture of your creation and then email that to us to baking@expressoshow.com, along with the little write-up telling us about your experiences. You could walk away with this fantastic prize. Get baking, get in the mood. What is your advice quickly before we go to
My
that break?
advice is choose your recipe and step it up 5.
That's it. Choose it. Challenge yourself a little bit.
Bake brave. Be really brave.
Great stuff. Susan, we'll check in with the ladies a little bit later. Time for a quick ad break. We'll see you on the other side.
The 19th of May is World Baking Day. Conquer a cake you've never baked before. Choose your challenge and bake brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso only on SABC3. Hope you are enjoying this Feel Good Friday morning with us. It is intense. We have 3 World Baking Day ambassadors baking up a storm. They are attempting to recreate Buddy Balastro, the Ultimate Cake Boss's cream puff cake, which is the most difficult recipe on the World Baking Day website. And this is, of course, all to get you in the mood for World Baking Day this Sunday, the 19th of May. So a lot has been done. Let's chat to one of them. Hestelle, quickly tell us what has been done so far up until this point.
Well, so far, sponge cake, cream puffs, custards in the fridge, doing the whipped cream in the French cream right now.
Yes.
So upping the speed a little bit.
Now, this cake really consists of multi-layers of puff pastry.
Yeah.
What is the secret? What do you think people should keep in mind when working with puff pastry?
Well, at the moment, we're working with today's puff pastry, so it's really nice and easy. You can roll it out and, you know, do with cookie cutters, different shapes and sizes. I think definitely you want to maybe egg wash it a little bit, or we just put it in and did some Stork bake just at the bottom of our, just to line and grease our pan. Yeah.
But overall, you feel good about what you're attempting so far.
Let's see how it goes.
A little bit of a nervous look over there. Let's check in here with Candice. Candice, how are things going on your side?
I'm actually pretty happy.
Really? Okay, so take us through what's happening here on your table.
At the moment, we're busy just stirring the custard to help cool it down.
Okay.
Chocolate shavings are done. I'm slicing the fruit for decoration, and the cream's whipped, ready to be added to that.
All right, it looks like you're actually managing fine.
I feel okay. I don't want to speak too early, but I feel okay.
All right, you do know there's about 35 minutes left of this challenge.
I feel okay about that.
Oh, that's good.
Speak to me with 5 minutes to go, but at the moment, I feel okay about that.
Great stuff, Candice. You keep going there. Let me chat around here. Let's catch up with Angie. Angie, you are a professional baker, and you've been making the most beautiful chocolate curls, and I think a lot of people find that very challenging. So what is your advice? What tips can you give?
Practice.
So how do you actually go about making the chocolate shavings, just like we see on the cake over there?
Well, we should preferably use couverture, which you've tempered.
Yes.
And then just spread it out, and that's all about temperature. So it can't get too hard, otherwise it'll just crumble.
Yes.
And if it's too soft, then it's wet. So it's just about being patient.
All right, so really being patient to make sure that it doesn't cool down too much.
Correct.
Great stuff. Susan, and she's come around this side. Come around this side. What do you feel so far with only 35 minutes or so left to go?
Well, it looks like there's lots of work still to do. It looks like they, you know, nothing that resembles the cake yet, but it's getting to the stick fingers in and taste stage, which is always the favourite bit. I'm loving all this chocolate layered on the baking surface.
Gets the appetite going this morning for that cake.
Oh, I know, those delicious smells from the oven, and it's so
going to be lovely. We're going to check in with the ladies a little bit later. We'll also chat to Buddy Balastro himself. Stay tuned for that. But now over to you guys in the studio.
The 19th of May is World Baking Day. Conquer a cake you've never baked before. Choose your challenge and bake brave.
Thank you so much, guys. So while we wait for those drinks to make their way over here to refresh our World Baking Day ambassadors, we have Buddy once again on the line. Buddy, we are seeing the cakes that are busy being assembled. And of course, you are known for making those spectacular creations. What last words of wisdom can you offer to our ambassadors this morning?
It's actually a pretty forgiving cake, you know, because if you mess up a little bit, you could throw some chocolate shaves over it. So it's one of those cakes that it's not the pretty cake. It's like a cake like I want to jump in it and eat it. So you can have fun with it, and you can always cover up a mistake with a chocolate shave.
All right, thank you so much, Buddy. We're going to catch up with you in just a little bit of a while again. So let's, Director, can we have a quick time check as to how long these ladies have left? 20 minutes, just over 20 minutes they have left to finish this spectacular cake, but the drinks should be on their way. Listen, also stay tuned because we have a fantastic competition for you guys where you can walk away with one of 3 Bosch stand mixers this morning. Oh, here she is. Just in time. There we go. Look at these, eh? We're going to serve up these. As you sort to sell out there, I'm going to go here, Candice. There's a little refresher. It's a lot to drink for you. And we have one here. Thank you so much. and Angie. There we go. We're going to go to a very quick ad break. Let's leave these ladies in peace. Lots more work to do. We'll see you guys on the other side.
The 19th of May is World Baking Day. Conquer a cake you've never baked before. Choose your challenge and bake brave.
Thank you so much, Kat. Yes, our baking challenge is coming to an end. The time is almost up. This ladies has performed. They have done their cakes. They're almost done. Here and there, a few finishing touches coming on. I just want to speak to Angie here quickly. Angie, how far are you? Are you done? Are you
Pretty much done, you and yes.
pretty much done?
Yes.
All right, perfect. I see. Let's take a look at there. Hestelle, how are you doing? Give us a thumbs up. Brilliant stuff. The ladies are actually doing well. Susan,
They
so
have done
basically,
well.
they've made the time frame.
They've made the time frame. It was a bit of a challenge at the end. We could see a few panicked looks. And it's just amazing to see how different they all look. But they all had the same recipe, all aiming for the same thing. And you see those personal touches coming
All
through.
right, well, here we go. Countdown. Where are we? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the time is officially up. That is it. They had to attempt to recreate the Buddy Velastro, the ultimate cake bosses, cream puff cake, and they've done it with flair, I think. But after the break, myself and Susan will take a look at these cakes in a bit more detail and see who will step out as the winner. We'll see you guys after these.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The 19th of May is World Baking Day. Conquer a cake you've never baked before. Choose your challenge and bake brave.
Welcome back. You tuned into Expresso here on SABC3 for this Feel Good Friday. It has been a Feel Good Friday. It's been a challenging Friday for 3 of our guests, our lovely World Baking Day ambassadors. They have been baking up a storm throughout this morning to recreate this beautiful cake. This is actually Buddy Velastro, the cake boss's ultimate cake puff cake. And man, what a challenge. How big was this challenge, Hestelle?
Extremely big, really. I have a little baking injury today,
Oh, no.
but that's what they call
What happened?
a new knife.
New knife. All right, a tip for bakers out there when it comes to knives?
Stay away with your fingertips.
Great stuff. And Candice, what about you? How are you feeling about your cake?
Pretty good. I think just assembly, as I thought, was kind of the biggest hurdle, just actually getting it together and getting everything to stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm optimistic.
That's it. And last words, Angie, just let me pop in here quickly. Advice that you can give for bakers on World Baking Day when they create. Maybe you've taken on this one.
Give yourself a little bit more time than we had. That would help.
They had 2 hours.
And a bit more space too.
A bit more space. All right, perfect. So I think it's about that time where we are going to judge your cakes. We are, of course, with the lovely Susan. She's the marketing director for Unilever Spreads and Dressings. So Susan, quickly tell me what you're thinking. What's going through your mind?
I'm just thinking, wow, how on earth do you do this? I mean, as I said just now, it's amazing to see how different they've all turned out. Everyone with finishing touches, the profiteroles, we've got different ones. So I suppose you have to taste a cake to decide, don't you?
You have to. Anything specific you're going to look at, so just in terms of the look of the cake?
Yeah, I think something about balance and I think with this cake, it's quite an American cake, eh? So it's got a lot going on.
Yes.
And I think it's something about what I quite like about this one is it's kept it quite simple, but this one is also, it's got that wow factor about it, that boldness. You know, they've all got something going for them.
All right, well, I tell you what, Susan, you go ahead. You try and wrap these 3 cakes around your mind. Yes, be brave in terms of your judging.
I think that's the being brave.
Let's chat for a final time this morning to Buddy Velastro. Buddy, thank you so much for joining us throughout the morning. What will you be baking on World Baking Day? I'm sure everyone wants to know.
Will I be baking on World Baking Day? My normal stuff. I don't know what the schedule is for it, but for that in particular day. But my normal routine, I'll definitely be making a cake.
Thank you so much, Buddy. Well, I hope this whole baking challenge this morning has inspired you for World Baking Day on Sunday, the 19th of May. Of course, you stand the chance to win yourself one of 3 Bosch stand mixers. All you need to do is log on to worldbakingday.com, choose your recipe, and then bake away together with the rest of the world on Sunday. What you do then is take a picture of your creation, email that to us, baking@expressoshow.com. So you can also send us a little bit of a write-up as to what your experiences were in terms of creating your masterpiece, and you could walk away with this fantastic prize. It's a Bosch stand mixer. All right, Susan, how are we going there?
This is fun, huh? This is quite something. So I'm now going to taste the cake of this one.
All right.
I had the profiterole, which was delicious.
Okay.
Delicious, delicious.
That's it. You've got a great start to your Friday morning now, don't you?
It's great. I'm going to be on a sugar high for the rest of the day.
Great stuff. So just once again,
It's still warm. It's still in a pan.
oh, it must be amazing. Once again, just that email address, baking@expressoshow.com. Email us a picture of your
You gotta
creation.
get this. This is fun.
All right,
It feels
you know,
bad.
waste no time, Susan.
Oh no, we need to get in there, find the cake, all the different layers. Look at all those layers.
That's it. And of course, you can attempt to create your own cake puff. What is this? The full name? A cream puff cake at home. It is ranked as the most difficult recipe on the World Baking Day website. But I mean, who knows? You could do it. Send us that picture. You can SMS the keyword Stork to 33728. We'll send you on the Pick and Pay shopping list. You can find it on our website, expressoshow.com as well. And you can log into worldbakingday.com to find all the details. So lots of avenues, but SMS that keyword Stork to 33728 for all the ingredients.
I feel like I'm undermining this thing. It's
All
gonna
right,
collapse.
Susan. We
So
need
just
to
wanna-
get to a decision here.
Okay, at the moment, I've tasted 2, and let me, by process of elimination.
Go for it. All right.
Okay, I think I'm going to go on looks. I'm going to judge this one the winner. So,
You're going
Angie,
to adjust the looks, the winner. Thank you so much, Angie. There we go. How are you feeling? A quick comment from the winner.
Fabulous.
brave baker of the day.
It has been quite the challenge. So just
Quite
once
a
again, for
challenge.
people going out for World Baking Day, what would you say in terms of just get baking?
Get baking, enjoy it. It is for fun. Do anything, try something different.
Try something different. Have
Great
some
stuff.
And
fun.
enjoy it.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being such big sports here on Expresso this morning. Susan, thank you so much for accompanying me this morning.
That
and
was
just
quite stressful, that judging.
I'm sure it was stressful as well, but now you can go, you can go and have more cake, relax now. You don't have to dig into it as much.
Absolutely.
We'll get you a cup of coffee. You can relax. It's going to be a great Friday. But guys, let's say cheers over to you in studio first.
The 19th of May is World Baking Day. Conquer a cake you've never baked before. Choose your challenge and bake brave.